So last time the guys were here, we were hitting your brand new PXG 3-wooden driver. Today we're going to compare them against your Ping. Let's do it.
Let's do it now.
Hi everyone, James Robinson here guys. First things first, I would like to warmly welcome you all to the channel. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel if you're not new to the channel, but if you are new to the channel, guys, if they're new to the channel, what they got to do?
I'm going to say swipe up and like and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll go with that, Guys, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good man. So today, we're testing something new that's potentially gone in the bag against your old stuff.
So yeah, I mean, G410 driver and fairway is what I've used last year and absolutely loved them, really loved them.
You loved them that much? There's an empty PXG box down here.
Well, to be fair, it's going to take a lot for me to move from these.
Yeah.
But like most people, you know, we saw the bargain and we went ahead and
There's a lot of people, I think, that's done this, isn't there?
I'm surprised. I thought when we were doing this video, we were going to probably nudge a few people into having a look, but I think everybody's pretty much, you know, onto it already. Yeah.
And we should probably say that we are talking about a new kind of PXG. It was at a sale they had on, or is it a new pricing structure?
They've just realigned the prices, I think, you know, so rather than sort of discontinuing the Generation 2, which is the previous or the non-current model, they're running it and keeping it in the market to compete with maybe TaylorMade, Ping and, you know, the other big manufacturers out there.
And it's actually works out cheaper, doesn't it? This isn't like a paid video from PXG. This isn't anything to do with an advert or anything, but it does look.
So I think it's a little bit limited on shafts. You know, you're not going to be able to go and get a custom fitting. But, you know, if you're out there for a bit of a bargain, and what we talked about in some previous videos, maybe you're a newer golfer and been struggling to. And
you would never have thought 2 years ago, if you're a newer golfer, go check out the PXG website, because you just wouldn't have thought that.
I mean, $250 is not a lot for a driver these days.
It's not a lot.
What can you get?
It's half the price of a new Titleist or TaylorMade, pretty much, give or take a couple of quid. And I almost wonder how people who've bought PXG in the past now feel.
That was something I felt about.
Has it devalued it quite a lot as a brand? I don't know. We've already done your unboxing and your first look at these and talking through the specs. If you want to see that, I'll link it in the corner now. Today we're going to test them. Well, today, like the same day, innit? But we're going to test them against the Ping equivalents, like you said. So you go away with it, guys. Go whichever you want to go first.
Well, we'll start with fairway wood. You know, what I did mention was I went for the low spinning one in the PXG this time, against sort of just the standard G410, which this has served me really well, nice and easy to hit. But I think you mentioned, didn't you, you were hitting your fairway a bit further than me.
I was out driving you with it by about 10 yards.
And you had the lower spinning one. So I thought, you know, I am playing all right. You know, I'm playing pretty well, striking well. So I've gone for the lower spinning fairway, which does come in a little bit smaller head size.
Yeah, so straight away, if we compare these, it's almost not really a like-for-like comparison. It's not a Ping G410 LS Tech, is it?
No.
But that's not what you're after. So we're after, is it going to do what you want it to do in the bag? So if we hit half a dozen with each and then just look at the numbers and obviously the dispersion as well, which is always an interesting thing to look at.
I'll start with a Ping.
How did you first kind of feel and hit go with the 3? Or did you like the sound of it?
With the PXG?
Yeah. Sorry, I said Ping, didn't I?
Sorry, no. With the PXG, yeah. I liked the feel of it, you know, and I like the ball flight come out really piercing and strong. As I say, you know, confidence-wise to look down at, I were a bit less confident.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe I could have been better with the XF head. I don't know.
Probably what this test's for, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
It's a lovely one to start with.
So you can tell that's a little bit higher launch, isn't it?
A little bit higher launch. It's actually, I mean, we're not going to ruin it for people, but that one's not as far as some of the ones you were hitting earlier with the PXG.
No.
Obviously, averages are gonna dictate what the numbers are saying, but that wasn't your best one. It was one of mine. It's interesting because there's no club, exactly the same boat that I've been in testing clubs recently. There's no club that's going to save that. It's just a bad shot.
No, yeah, you're right.
There we go. That's what they've come to see, guys. That's wonderful.
I think that compares to the first one. Similar launch, similar spin.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much similar distance. I think the first one, looking about 265 distance.
I think it's going to be really interesting to compare not only the good ones, but the bad ones as well. Like, if your bad one with the Ping isn't obviously very good, your bad one with the PXG almost can't be much worse, can it?
You're probably right, actually. You're probably right. You sometimes relate the head size to the performance, don't you?
Yeah.
But when you're hitting them as bad as them two middle ones there,
We've all been there, and I mean, I do it in reviews and keep them in because people want to see almost as much what the bad ones are doing as the good ones.
God.
Another one just
Tell you,
over.
there's a lot. It's a lot to do with confidence this game, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I'm stood over these shots, and I'm thinking about not topping it. I think I might need to get a 7-iron out and just hit a few more balls. Hit one more with this.
Yeah, one more, mate. Yeah.
They're all coming very much bottomy.
The difference is remarkable, though. Like that's a wonderful 3-wood. Time to go into the slightly less forgiving-looking PXG. Anyway, be interesting to see if you hit this better because I sometimes think with a smaller head, I actually concentrate more.
Yeah, possibly.
Right, so PXG, how do you feel about this? Say if you stood on, because you like to hit 3-woods early on in the round to get yourself warmed up off tees, don't you? So if you're going to hit this off the first tee, how would you feel?
If I'd never hit it before, I'd feel not very confident, but I think I relate it to ball flight. If I'm hitting the ball well, you know, I just get that visualisation on tee of what I'm going to do. But it certainly feels really good in my hands. I love these grips.
Lovely ball flight.
It just seems to come out stronger. I mean...
What loft is this? Are they the same loft?
Same loft, 15 degree. It's the feel of it as well. It feels a bit more sort of like wooden when you're hitting it.
Do you remember the days of 13 degree 3-woods just because we wanted to hit it further?
Yeah.
And how ridiculous that now is as an idea.
And if it didn't say the loft on it, I would have said it feels like a strong lofted 3-wood. The way it's coming out, very penetrating. Oh, that one was sweet. Jesus.
That one was absolutely nutted, wasn't it?
God, yeah.
Check those numbers out.
282.
That's pretty much exactly my driver numbers.
I really felt that one come out the middle. I think I'm definitely closing the face a little bit more than...
Is there a tiny bit of maybe honeymoon period maybe, or do you ever get that?
I don't think so with it. I've been not playing enough golf to even, you know, think about anything like that. There's not much going on apart from...
Just a few simple swing
thoughts. I've just got no visualisation of what's going to happen through not playing, but... That one was good.
Bloody hell.
Jesus, is that 288? It's certainly, and the spin's a lot lower.
Just get that focus on there. Wow.
I don't actually know what the optimal spin is with a 3-wood, but the ping was launched, the spinning at about 3.3, weren't it?
Yeah.
And this is like 2.5.
And your good ones in the previous video were about 2.7 as well, so that's...
But when you do catch this out of the middle, you really can tell the difference. It just flies off face.
Definitely a more consistent strike. I don't know if you can put that down to the shaft or just your rustiness or just...
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, as ball flights as well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with those as a 3-wood, is there?
It's certainly stronger. And remember what I said in the first video is that I'd been told that they were possibly a bit shorter, you know, than some of the market-leading ones. Or maybe it's just that this is a better spec for me, you know, being the lowest spinning head.
So we'll go 2 more with this, guys, then we're going to go into the driver. Come on, hit some bad ones for us. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
I think I'm getting that bit of confidence now.
Definitely.
Just sort of swinging through it. .287 and spin as well. I mean, that's a lot lower.
Would that almost catch you out on the course, do you think? So if you're hitting 3-wood off a tee,
there's
no way you're thinking, well, this is going to go 287, pretty much.
You're possibly right. I mean, my 2-iron's probably going to go about 225, so...
There's a big gap there, isn't there?
Yeah, you're probably right. If you're trying to hit something 250, you know, where do I go?
Yeah.
Can you hit a 3-wood too far? Possibly you can,
Maybe.
can't you?
Interesting topic.
I bet there's a lot of people that hit the 3-wood nearly as far as the driver.
Yeah, definitely.
This could be one of them 3-woods.
Yeah, it's too good.
Should I try and hit one 250 or?
No, just normal
go.
swing, mate. Yeah.
.270.
Even with it, because that was a Healy kind of high spin one, weren't it?
Yeah, it didn't feel perfect.
I think, Gaz, it's time for the big boys. Which one do you want to go first?
Let's go ping.
Yeah, keep the order.
Yeah.
So what's the specs in your G410? Is it a G410 LST or is it just a standard one?
Yeah, so I did go for LST in driver, and it's an extra stiff shaft.
Is it a similar? It's Diamar, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
it's very similar. This is an 80. They didn't do the 80 in this new version.
Yeah. So you've got 70, haven't you?
It's a slightly lighter one in the new one, yeah.
I mean, this was just a very good driver for a lot of people, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Turbulators, I was never a fan of, I must say. Even on the new ones, I'm not.
And you know, they've really grown on me. And when the new ones come out on the fairways, they didn't have they haven't got turbulators. It does look different.
Yeah, it does.
They've sort of grown on me over the years.
Almost looks more PXG like, doesn't it now?
Yeah.
The thing. Very nice.
See, it's not going as far as that PXG 3-wood.
It was a lovely shot though. You're taking it, aren't you? Ball went down here.
And this was the problem we had in Dubai, weren't it? Is that I just couldn't keep up with you.
Well, remember that par 4 green where I hit driver well?
Yeah.
And it landed soft albeit, but didn't get on. Then you smashed a 3-wood into the middle of the green.
Yeah. And them launch and spins are quite optimal, aren't they?
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? They're not. Couldn't really improve them.
It gets frustrating because then you start trying to swing faster then, don't you? That really got it. And that's gone 288. I cannot hit it better than that.
No, you're not swinging any better. I mean, club head speed 111, ball speed 163. They're good numbers, aren't they?
I don't want to disparage ping because I didn't buy it to go a million miles. I bought it because I just weren't hitting the ball straight. And over years...
What did you have? Did you have a sim in the bag at all?
I had a sim, yeah. And I don't know why, but I've always hit a ping pretty straight.
Yeah.
And it has brought me
Which, I
confidence
mean, in
back to pull the
fairness,
driver out.
looking at those, that's, yeah, straight as it goes, isn't it?
That one weren't very good.
No, that's one of mine, that one.
Shall I hit another one?
Yeah, go one more, go 4 each with the drive. I can tell you maybe getting a bit tired now as well. Long time since you've hit this many balls, isn't it?
It is.
When was the last time we practiced?
Sorry, you know what? I never
spot.
actually got a game since coming back from Dubai. So I think we went out, late November, early December, didn't we? So that was literally the last time I hit a ball.
Right, so 2 good ones and 2 bad ones with the driver, fair to say.
Yeah.
And I think this does go to show that if you hit a bad shot, a bad drive, the driver don't really make that much difference. Nothing's going to help you that much, is it? It can't do.
I think if you've got a very quick club head speed, yeah,
Because that's always been your bad shot from when we were kids. I know I've developed that as a bad shot.
Yeah.
But yours has never really changed, has it?
I'm that kind of player that's very selective when I pull a driver out. It's got to be quite wide and open for me to hit a driver.
I'd say you're almost too selective with it.
Yeah,
because it's definitely a strength. I think you might get this nudging 300.
When we played in Dubai, I got my confidence with driver for one round, and it just made the round so much easier.
So much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Yeah. It didn't feel solid, but
It feels solid. It's out there slightly right. Not a bad miss at all. 279.
It's one of them, you'd pick your tee up and you'd sort of walk
Absolutely.
on.
I would love to have that miss in my golf bag. Love to. I'll tell you what, guys, as well, the bag is going to be very PXG head cover heavy now, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly.
Are you going to put any other head covers on it? Or are you going to stick with the PXG?
I think until I know I'm still going to assume that I'm a ping G410 person until I get them on course.
Yeah.
And then, I'll test them on course, and if it is better, I'll switch them. But,
and if not, you'll probably manage to get your money back.
At this stage, I couldn't tell you what I'm going to use this season.
Well, it's early doors, and if the season's not even started yet.
I think it's important you try them on different lies, try it off the tee, try it off the fairway.
Yeah.
And Really give them a really extensive test if you've got that opportunity.
And try them under a little bit of pressure as well. I know we don't get pressure anymore.
Yeah.
We don't really compete, but even just when you're playing for a pint or something.
This is pressure. That felt different.
It didn't sound as good.
It's odd, isn't it? This is really odd.
But to be honest, it just goes to show maybe the consistency level and the time of year.
Yeah.
Realistically, like, I know those weren't two great drives, but realistically, where they are.
I'm looking at the numbers. The launch is good. The spin's pretty much, you know. So is it just I'm not hitting out of the middle? Because I thought I did that well. Then I looked at distance. They were not there. Oh, that felt different. It's not got the flight.
I can tell you what that felt like, guys. That felt like a 4 left.
It felt like I got it right out of the middle, but obviously I just closed the face down.
Yeah. Right, let's go one more.
Let me see if I can get one, a good one.
I still think you've got a big one in you.
Yeah.
I think you've got a bigger drive in you with the PXG than you have the Ping.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I just don't feel very comfortable and confident today. I've got no visualisation. That's the one, isn't it?
Yes, please. Sub 2000 spin, 287 carry.
Two numbers, yeah, God. See, I would never be able to get 2000. That's the lowest spinning driver I think I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to hit up on the ball. I'm really trying to hit up on it to get that 14 degrees of launch.
I mean, your your club path, sorry, is 7 from the right, so potentially you probably are hitting up on it a bit.
Yeah.
If everything else ties in like it should do.
I'm going to tell you what I am looking forward to is PXG will sort of refit me for this.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe when they've got these weights switched about, I'll not have to make so much of an effort to sort of really...
And to be fair as well, like looking at that, we've got club head speed 113.5 and ball speed up at nearly 166. They're good numbers. Like they're as good a numbers as you're probably going to see realistically from a non-playing pro. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Long way, but long way left. Is it time we compared them?
Yeah.
You're loving this now, aren't you? This is what excites me about not only these videos, but about you as a person.
Yeah.
You doing this has enlightened your love for the game again. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
I think it refocuses you sometimes on your game. You know,
Yeah.
I'm excited now to go and actually practice my driving.
Yeah.
You know.
We just need to get out to Dubai again.
Yeah, because I'm a bit unsure. I don't think some of this is the club. I think it's me.
Oh,
you know,
100%.
So.
And I say this so often when I'm doing the reviews that the clubs are only so good. If you deliver a club face closed, guess where the ball's going to go? Left, always. So sometimes you can't, like, we'll look at these dispersions now, and you can't really put these down to the club. These are down to, like, yourself.
Yeah, no, I
and
completely
you know
agree.
that, and I know that,
Yeah.
right. So let's have a look at the different dispersions. So PXG driver, a little bit sporadic, probably only really one bad one there looking at those. If we look at the Ping driver, 3 good ones, 2 bad ones.
Yeah.
So pretty similar. I'd probably say there the Ping. I think the Ping was better, you know, for dispersion.
Yeah.
So I think it wins that. We look at the PXG 3-wood. I'm loving that.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving that for dispersion. The Ping 3-wood, 3 really good ones or 4 really good ones, and just a couple of just bad golf swings. I think it's fair to say.
I went through a few stages of topping it, didn't I, in a row?
Yeah, well, not topping it, just
lost a bit of
kind of
confidence.
low smother hooks, which we've all been there, guys, we've all been there. Let's take a look at the numbers. So, guys, looking at these numbers, we've taken out some of the horror shows, which I think is only fair. We all like to do that when we're testing. Very close with the drivers. You'll see a big difference in the 3-woods, and I think the difference in 3-woods down to the kind of just you're just more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
You stuck it better, hit it better.
I think you know, lower spinning head and, you know, stronger launch, that kind of thing, has just helped a bit with that distance. I mean, I always knew my Ping fair would be nice to it, but it does pop up in the air a little bit. An
interesting point with especially the drivers and the club head speed.
Yeah.
So your driver with the club head speed on the PXG, you've actually picked up some speed. So you've picked up a couple of miles an hour ball speed, but the spin rate was higher on average. Obviously, there's a lighter shaft in that PXG driver now.
Yeah, it just shows you what difference, you know, the weight of the 10 grams of shaft can do for you.
Yeah.
And 70 grams is still heavy enough to get stability.
Yeah.
For anybody that swings it hard. But yeah, it's 4 or 5 miles per hour more on club speed. So
if you're going to conclude this, how would you? Like, I think we probably need to hit more shots realistically, which we'll do out on the golf course. But what are your thoughts? Like, are you comfortable with them? Looking at those numbers.
I'm comfortable with them. I'm very impressed with engineering quality at club for value for money. I think if you were thinking of getting one of these, it's definitely something you need to see your pro about to get some advice on. You know, just to get the starting bits right, the loft and the shaft flex, you know, that kind of thing, and then you get your refit. But yeah, I mean, as far as numbers, I'm very happy with the distance because I were expecting to be probably. From what I'd been told, I thought it weren't going to be as long as the Ping, and it clearly is. Yeah. And potentially even longer, I think. So yeah, no, really happy.
Well, thank you for your time, mate. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed that. Thanks, guys, for your time. Really appreciate it, mate. Yeah, we'll probably do this out on the golf course sometime soon. But PXG versus Ping, interesting debate. Guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave us a like. And comment below, what do you think to Gaz's new clubs?
Yeah, and comment if you bought the PXG ones. Let's see what you've got to say, you know.
Yeah,
I think other people will be interested to see your comments who might be potentially looking to get some.
Yeah. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.